guys, how's it going? So I never said this out loud, but when I came back from my hiatus, my plan was to give it a try for 6 months and then decide if I was actually going to stick around. For my own sake, anytime I do something that feels big and scary, I always have an exit plan in the back of my mind. So for YouTube, I had mentally committed to 6 months, and then I was going to reevaluate. And that was 6 months ago. So welcome to my reevaluation, I guess. So to make my decision, I kind of split it into 3 parts. First is a mental health check-in, because obviously that's a huge factor in whether or not this is worth continuing. Second is if I can keep going. Time, energy, ideas, stuff like that. And then third is if I actually want to keep going. Am I enjoying it and having fun, or would I be happier if I stepped away? So let's start with a mental health check-in. Right now, my mental health is alright. Spring is always a hard season for me. I posted a video about how winter is so good for my mental health and my OCD specifically. I'll leave that linked above and below if you're interested. But the transition out of winter is always extra rough. And there's also been some extra work stress. I've mentioned on here before that I got a promotion that I did not particularly want. And now not only am I getting more hours at a job that I don't care about, I'm also just resenting all of the extra tasks and responsibilities that I have, and I'm just not happy at work. But for the most part, I would say my mental health is somewhere between fine and good. At the end of every day, I list at least one thing that I'm grateful for, and I never really have to think too hard about it. Hi, Ripley. Hi. I know you can't sit in my lap because Comet's already there. See? I know you were so comfy. I'm sorry. Comet, that wasn't very nice. I've also been doing a good job at getting myself out of negative spirals. I'm doing better at checking in with myself and noticing warning signs before they're a problem. So overall, I'm definitely content with where my mental health is at. The next factor is, am I able to keep doing this? Do I have the free time, the energy, the water in my creative well? I'm gonna be honest, the time is the biggest factor here. I ramble a lot when I'm filming, and I have to cut out a lot of things. And I'm still kind of slow at editing. I'm just not as fast as I used to be. And if you don't know, I do caption all my videos, and that takes me forever. The automatically generated captions from YouTube always mishear what I say. The formatting is usually really wonky, and it just takes me a really long time to go through and do all the captions. And not only that, but I tend to make videos on reading and writing, so I also have to make time to read and to write. It's hard to talk about my writing or film a vlog when I'm stressed out about writing. It's hard to talk about books I've been reading when I'm in a reading slump. So it's definitely a bit of a balancing act. There's a few things to juggle, and it just takes up a lot of time that honestly right now I don't have a ton of. Like I said, with that promotion, I've been getting so many more hours at work, and I just don't feel like I have the free time that I used to. And how inconsistent the schedule is, like the timing of the shifts themselves are all over the place, and it makes it really hard to work around. Time-wise, it's kind of a struggle to maintain, and a lot of weeks I have to just ignore my other hobbies or interests that I want to be doing. Last weekend there were 2 wrestling pay-per-views, and I couldn't watch either of them live because I'm 1 week and 2 weeks behind on the live TV. Like, just little things that just keep adding up. And going back to reading, I'm not necessarily in a reading slump. It's just that for the last month or so, I just haven't had as much time to read, so I haven't been reading as much as I want to be. And posting less often isn't really a solution. I briefly considered like posting every other week or something, but I need the consistent routine. Otherwise, I know I'm gonna lose momentum and it'll just be way too easy for me to just procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate forever. But I have been working on it, just adjusting my time management and finding different routines that work better for different things. And I'm working on reducing my hours at work. Wish me luck. So I'm cautiously optimistic. One thing that I was actually going to decide during this reevaluation was posting frequency. And I initially wanted to be back to posting twice a week like I used to. If you don't know, during my original run, I was posting twice a week. I liked that momentum. I liked that regularity. I always felt like I had something exciting right around the corner. But I'm not going to be doing that. I think it'll just stretch me too thin. I'll get more worn out and overwhelmed and burnt out, and it's just not worth it. So my mental health is doing well enough to continue. I'm capable of continuing, but do I want to? Am I having fun? Is this worth the time and the energy and the effort? Is this making me happy? And the short answer is yes. I enjoy making videos. Even when it's stressful, I'm having fun. Even though I haven't had as much time for reading this month, I'm still reading more than I was before my comeback. I'm writing way more than I have. The accountability of YouTube and the inspiration of writing vlogs is really motivational for me, and it makes writing even more fun. And I love feeling like I'm part of the online book community again. I know that I don't need to be creating content for that to be true. I would still be just as much part of this community if I was a viewer. But I'm a natural lurker. I get so anxious chatting in live streams. I overthink every single comment I post on someone else's video. I find Discord super intimidating. With my personal anxieties and insecurities, it makes me feel like I'm an outsider, even though that's not the case. But posting videos makes me feel like I'm part of the club by association, even if I'm just hiding in my little corner. And also, the more that I feel like I'm part of the community, the easier it gets to actually be part of the community. Responding to comments on my videos makes it easier for me to post comments on other people's videos. Talking about live streams all the time makes it a little bit less scary to actually watch a live stream live and chat if I so choose. Having this mini community on my channel makes the larger community of everyone less intimidating. And overall, I'm just enjoying this. I get excited when I think of a video idea that I want to film. I feel less lonely when I'm writing all alone at 3 a.m. When I'm reading a book and I read a passage I really like, I'm excited to share that with people. Despite the stress and the time it takes and all the ups and downs, I'm still happy and I want to keep doing this. So I think that with all that said, I've passed my evaluation with flying colors, and so I think I'm going to stick around. For another 6 months at least. I know this is a bit of a shorter video, but my last couple were really long, so I feel like it balances out. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to let me know, and subscribe to stay up to date with the rest of my videos, at least for the next 6 months. I post new videos once a week, usually reading or writing related. So I hope to see you guys next time, and until then, have a great day. Bye!